Okay, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about fuels for the kerosene heaters. Okay, now this is gonna be just my experience only. I'm not getting paid or anything like that for promoting any of these fuels or anything. This is just my take on it and my experience. Okay, so at the beginning of the season, I said, I've been hearing a lot about the Klean Heat. Okay, that's this one here. Okay, now it's supposed to have like almost zero odor, and I figured give it a shot. I was getting a little sick of smelling the kerosene. I really don't use the heater that much. It's just maybe on a very cold morning, I'll just warm up the house with it, and then I'll just get my furnace going. But just it's real quick heat. That's what I like about it. It does the job for that. Everybody has their own reason for using these kerosene heaters. Some people strictly emergency. They lose electricity or whatever. You know, everybody has their reason for using them, but they do work and they're great. I love them. They're for the most part, they're very clean burning, no matter what you what you use. Really, what fuel you're using. Okay. Now at the beginning of the season, I started using the Klean Heat. That one over there, like I said a second ago, and I found that the odor was definitely less. No question about it. I mean, I smelled nothing while it was burning. But when I shut it down, that's when the smell was really, really bad. It was just, I mean, no comparison to when you're shutting down with the K1 heating fuel, the kerosene, regular K1 kerosene. That stuff, you get so used to it, you still smell it, but it's not that bad. But the Klean Heat, man, what a smell when you shut down. Okay, so I says, well, maybe, for all the years using the regular K1 with that wick, and it just, maybe just wasn't compatible with it, or it just for some reason, just wasn't working out with it. Maybe it was an old wick. Maybe it was contaminated. Whatever. So I changed the wick. And when I took the old wick out, I noticed it was really black and charred on the side. And I've have changed wicks before using just only K1 kerosene, and I've never seen that. I've never seen it. So I'm suspecting the Klean Heat did that to the wick. You know, I know a lot of people do use that fuel in lamps, and I hear people complaining about that too. The same type of thing when you shut it down. You get a really bad odor, but I mean, it's like a sickening odor. It's really, really bad. Really, really bad smell. But I must say, while it's burning, there is no odor at zero. Kerosene, maybe a little bit. I get used to it. Okay. So now I says, okay, now I'm going to see with the new wick in it. Let's see when I shut it down. Now using the Klean Heat, same thing. Okay, I shut it down. Same thing with a brand new wick. I shut it down. I get that smell back with the kerosene, with the Klean Heat. Okay, I says, okay, now let's burn out everything that, from the Klean Heat and see what happens when I put in K1. Let's see if I get that smell back. I get that bad odor. So I put in, I filled it up with the K1 kerosene. Nothing. I shut it down. No smell. I says, that's it. It's something. They're taking something out of the Klean Heat, or adding something to it. I don't know exactly. I'm not a chemist, and I have no idea what they do to it. But there is something about that fuel when you shut it down. But like I says, when it's burning, you smell nothing, zero smell. I mean, it is cleaner. It is cleaner than K1 while it's burning. But what good is it if you when you shut it down, you get this odor that's, I mean, it stinks the house up. Oh, you got to open all the windows. I got to the point where when I shut it down, I just took it out. I took it out of the room. I took it, the heater when I shut it down with the Klean Heat. It was really, really bad. I never had to do that with the K1 kerosene. So back to the K1 kerosene. I like I said, I really don't use it that much. I use it, like I said, in a cold morning, very cold. Goes down to like maybe 5-10 degrees at night. The house gets a little cold. I lower the thermostat when I go to sleep. So now I'm back to K1 and it's fine. I shut it down. I get practically no odor when I shut down, with the K1. But while it's burning, there's a slight little odor with the kerosene, the K1, slight bit. But when I shut it down, I get nothing. So it doesn't stink up the house. I'm just back to the normal smell with the K1 kerosene. I'm going to stick with it. And I did hear people using diesel and the red dye stuff and all that stuff. Stay away from that. Don't. That clogs up the wick and everything. Don't be using diesel fuel in these things. That's not what they're designed for. That's very, very, in my opinion, it's very dangerous. That's so close to gasoline, So I just would not burn that stuff in the, why take a chance, something like that. No, that's it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Definitely not. Stick with the K1, the clear. You can get good deals. Some gas stations do carry uh, K1. You can probably get it a lot cheaper, but I buy it at the big box store, and either Home Depot or Walmart or whatever. And it's pretty good. It's real clear. It's quality stuff, but you pay a little bit more money for it. But if I was heating the house with it, no, I wouldn't buy it there because it's you can get a lot better deal at a gas station or someplace that that you can buy like 5 gallons, and you get a lot cheaper. But I think this is the best quality stuff. The ones you buy in the big box store. It's clear as anything. It's good stuff. So that's my take, my experience on these two fuels. If anybody's thinking of, using something else, well, do your research and figure out, what's, what's going to be the best for you. All right. I hope this helps somebody out and who's deciding on what fuel to use and what to use, what not to use. All right. Thanks for watching.